Hello, Beth Chase here, and I want to welcome you to a very special episode of Wellness Wednesday with 3W. It's one of our very special podcasts. We thought we would do something fun rather than something heavy. I mean, we talk a lot about a lot of fun things, but we talk about a lot of heavy things as well. But we're going to talk about some fun things today. And the topic for today's podcast will be about essential oils. Now, I have with me here two staff who have had quite a bit of personal experience with essential oils. We have across from me is Taylor Worthen, and she is the executive assistant.
Previous office manager,
executive assistant here at the clinic. And off to my left here, we have Lauren Wooding, and she is the office manager. She took the position that
took her job.
Taylor. That's right. So anyways, really exciting to have them there, or have them here as well as there. So today we're just going to have some fun and talk about essential oils. Before we do, however, I do need to give a disclaimer. The legal team wants to make sure that we make it clear to you that this is strictly for educational purposes, but let me read for you the disclaimer that we need to use. This discussion is not for the purpose of endorsing or recommending any essential oil products, or companies that sell essential oils. Rather, today's discussion is for Taylor and Lauren, who are personal consumers of essential oils, to share their personal experience with essential oils. Today's session is exclusively for educational purposes and for fun. So let's get started.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, let's start with the basic question. What are essential oils?
Yes, so essential oils are from the earth. They are in the form of a plant, bark, flower, or even sometimes a fruit that we are able to then take, and we're able to pull it into its most specific compounds and concentrated form. So an example would be, you think of an orange, and as you're peeling that orange, you're probably seeing some mist come off of that orange peel as you pull and rip it apart. Well, that mist that's coming off the orange is the essential oil. It is the fragrance of these properties, so of the limes, the lemons, the roses, the eucalyptus trees. That is where we are getting the essential oil. It is the most pure and concentrated form of a perfume.
Mm-hmm. Well, we were kind of talking about this before we got the camera rolling. And we were talking about how, for instance, all of us love the rose essential oils. I mean, who doesn't? Yeah. But this little tiny container is very expensive. And you want to share, Lauren, why it's so expensive?
Yeah.
If you have good quality rose oil?
Yeah, it's because they have to actually extract it from each rose petal. It takes thousands and thousands of rose petals to get it. So think about, a dozen roses is pretty expensive. So you have to use all those petals, extract it, the extraction process. So it's only like 5 milliliters, but it's really pricey because there's quality there, and it just takes so many roses. So
let's talk about some do's and don'ts. Let's talk about don'ts, and then we're going to talk about do's, and then we'll talk about how you have been using essential oils and the impact that it's had in your life and your loved ones as well. So first of all, let's talk about what is a don't.
I would say a big thing is keeping it out of your eyes, your nose, your ears, we are OBGYN here, so your vagina and your rectum, those are places we don't want them. That can throw things off. A big thing is if you use peppermint, you don't want to touch your eyes because that is going to burn like heck.
So wash your hands before you put your contacts in.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? I've done that a time. Yeah, painful.
Yes, very painful. I think a big thing too is being sure to use oils with a carrier oil, which we can get into more, but maybe coconut oil or jojoba oil, because it can be maybe jarring to sensitive skin to just put directly on the skin. We want to make sure we also do a lot of research before we're ingesting or diffusing around babies and dogs and ourselves. We want to just make sure it's it's proper, because just because it's from nature doesn't mean it can't be sometimes harmful. Dr. Rutherford likes to say poison ivy is natural, but we wouldn't want it on our skin or in our vagina. That would be itchy. So we just want to make sure we're using proper things.
So where can they go to find out if maybe that's not a proper use or proper placement of an essential oil?
Yeah, so there's 3 ways you can use essential oils, and it's either aromically, so in a diffuser where it will use some water to mist. You can use it topically on your skin, and Lauren's talked about that a little bit, or you can use it, you can ingest it. With every oil that you receive, you should probably do a little bit of research to kind of figure out those do's and don'ts. There are a lot of ways, there's a lot of things on the internet, there are books, there's a lot of just knowledge out there, blogs, YouTube videos. You could go
I'm a
on
part
and
of
on.
like some Facebook groups, which I see women or men will post, how do I use this oil, or what do you think is best for this condition that I could maybe enhance and help with oils? So I think there's a big community of oil users, and tapping into their knowledge and doing your own research is huge before ingesting or even just diffusing around pets. They can be sensitive to certain ones. I know I've done research for that for my dog, so he doesn't get affected by them.
Well, let's talk about that for a moment. And as far as children, babies, children, what age is it more appropriate to maybe introduce an essential oil, and at what ages, in your experience, have you found that it's not a good idea?
I think that with infants, it's probably not the best idea. I know there are some people out there who do it on their own infants, and I think that the hesitation is that the skin is just so sensitive.
And they're so little, and so like the amount we would use on our whole body to affect, theirs is so little. So it might be like too potent almost for their system, I think.
Yeah, I would say that you're probably, for regular use of essential oils, you're probably looking at like, I would say 8 to 10. I mean, just until like the body is building up a little bit more endurance to outside factors. But little ones, I have heard from a number of places, it's probably not the best to introduce them so young.
Yeah. So basically check it out. Don't assume that because it's great for you or some other adults. Really, even check it out with your pediatrician or someone like that, just to make sure that it's safe for your child, because every child's different too. Totally. Just like what you were saying on that, Lauren. So Taylor, what have you experienced that is not a good use of essential oils?
Oh, goodness. I mean, here in the clinic, we see a lot of girls who are coming in with vaginal issues, itching, burning, so on and so forth. And often it's because they're using essential oils to clean themselves.
Wait. Clean where?
Clean their vagina.
Or their vulva,
Yeah, the vulva.
We had a woman who was cleaning with tea tree oil. And she was like, it's helped so much. And she's like, but I'm having all these issues. And we're like, probably might be throwing things off, because she was putting it directly into her vagina.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dr. Rutherford, and it's something I'm sure we can link at the bottom of this video. She has a whole document on vulvar care, perfumes, and we have a whole series on Vagina 101, but perfumes, essential oils included, do not put them in your vagina. It's not meant to be there.
Well, and it's such a place that can get thrown off easily by things, and essential oils is it's a potent thing that we're using, so putting it right there can really mess up the flora and all those things.
Okay, so in not a good place from our experience has been eyes, nose, ears, any cavity, I guess. Vagina.
Besides vulva? Ingesting, I would say
the only hole it should go into is your mouth.
And that is if the essential oil is created for that purpose. Some of them are not.
Some of them are not.
You definitely do research before ingesting. I think that's a big thing. And not a lot. I mean, Taylor can go into her experience, but 1 drop is enough. It's not like you need to put it in a big glass of water. I think drinking it with water is big. And knowing where your oils are coming from is huge, because I've seen oils in the dollar section at Target, and that's probably not going to be the trusted place because on the label it says, do not ingest, do not use near pets, do not put on your, like it sometimes even says, do not put on your body, on the labels that are these cheap oils that are not really derived from plants. It might have like a little bit of plants and filler for the rest.
Okay. Let's shift topic a little bit. Let's talk about some ways that you have found an essential oil to be effective. Taylor?
Yeah, so my favorite experience is that last flu season in 2019. I was around a lot of sick people. My husband got sick multiple times. We live with his parents, so my in-laws. I think my mother-in-law got the flu like 3 times. And then there's just also the seasonal effects of everyone kind of gets the sniffles, a sore throat, runny nose. Something that I still do, but I was doing more every day then, is putting a drop of frankincense and a drop of copaiba under my tongue. And I was around a lot of sick people. We were in a busy season here at the clinic, and I didn't so much as get even a sore throat, not a runny nose, not a weird cough, nothing. Of course, I would say that that was very much paired with getting enough sleep, exercising, drinking water, things like that. So I would say that essential oils are great in helping to complement a healthy lifestyle, but at that point you can really avoid like some severe sicknesses with it.
Okay. How about you, Taylor? Not Taylor? You're Taylor. Lauren.
Of course, yeah. Kind of similar with sickness, but allergies. My boyfriend has terrible seasonal allergies, and I got into oils around the spring of 2019, and my friend told me about the allergy roller, which was peppermint, lavender, and lemon, and I made him a little roller like this with some coconut oil at the rest, and he would roll it on his chest, his spine, even like under his nose to just inhale when he was having an allergy attack for those seasonal allergies around spring, and they totally subsided. They were not bad at all, and he has to usually take allergy medicine every day, and he didn't have to when he was using his roller. And then when he wouldn't use his roller, he'd be like, where's my roller? And so I would make a little label for him. He'd keep it in his pocket and would be out in the world rolling oils on himself. And he was kind of a skeptic. He was like, these aren't going to work. And sure enough, they worked for him. So I think support like that is great, especially when you could easily just take the medication, but to use a natural route is really awesome to see and see it work well for someone who struggled.
Let's talk about the roller a little bit more. Let's talk about what's in it.
Yes.
And how do you make it? How do you make the formulas?
Yeah, so I like to look up kind of how many drops do in each. From the Facebook pages or my friends who use them. For this one, this is an immunity roller, so it has an immunity essential oil blend from where I use it, and I do about 10 drops.
Okay, so wait, you start with an empty roller.
Yes, empty
you
roller.
Get it at Amazon, other places.
At Amazon, you can get this, and take the cap off, obviously. Drop the actual essential oil, about 10 to 15 drops in this one. And then I take fractionated coconut oil, which is a liquid form of coconut oil. So there's like the solid, this one's liquid, do pumps to the top, and then I can roll it on my wrist, on my chest, on my spine, and it smells really good. It's like cinnamon fall smells, but it also can support my immunity, which is cool. And it's a cute little gold top. There's all the different colors. It's really kind of a fun DIY hobby, you know? Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, what I would like to do is that I would like to throw out there some typical symptoms that we encounter in the Pacific Northwest particularly. And just, if you can tell me if you had an experience with it, and if so, with essential oils, and if so, what essential oil did you use for this particular symptom?
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. All right. Allergies. Oh, you just talked about allergies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like lavender, lemon, and peppermint blend, about 5 to 10 of each type. Eucalyptus is also good for the respiratory system. Taylor really likes.
Yeah, I like taking eucalyptus, and if you're having I mean, rubbing it on your chest, diffusing it. I know that some people will take a hot bath and they'll put eucalyptus in their bath water so that they can kind of just sit in that and allow their sinuses to clear.
Is eucalyptus, is that also a disinfectant? Or they say that it can be a disinfectant?
Yeah, I mean, oils can also be, and some organizations do blends, which are disinfectant, but I think cinnamon, eucalyptus, and melaleuca.
Melaleuca's big, yeah.
Yeah, they tend, I'm trying to think of some others, but I really can't. Maybe wild orange.
Yeah.
They tend to be, if put together, can be used as a disinfectant.
Okay. Here's another common symptom. Sleep.
I think the go-to
Or
is,
maybe the better word is
lack of sleep.
lack of sleep or unable to fall asleep. You know, your mind is going. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Where people say, I'm laying down and my mind is just going, and I just can't turn it off. Any experience with that?
Yeah.
One of you?
Lavender, I think, is the go-to.
Okay.
I think one I've tried is Roman chamomile, which can be a little bit more of an expensive oil, but it, for me, just knocked me out. Like, it gives you a very deep sleep.
And how do you use it?
I diffuse it before bed, but I also have a sleep roller that I can roll in my chest before bed to really smell it.
Yeah.
Okay, and so when you're saying sleep roller, it's a roller just like that. But you call it a sleep roller because the ingredient of the essential oil is sleep.
And then I have a little label maker, and I'll like label it sleep. Or if I didn't label it, I can sniff it and be like, oh yeah, that's the sleep one, because you kind of know which one smells.
Okay.
But that takes a second to learn all the smells, you know?
Okay.
Oh, you worked really hard at that.
It's a hobby. I don't have many. Work and essential oils.
It's also all about where you put the oils, because I've heard that lavender on your feet. It's actually, I don't know the science behind it, but that is what I've heard. Lavender on your feet.
Have you tried that?
I have.
Has it worked for you?
It has.
Okay. All right. So that works for you.
Yeah.
And that's really good to know. All right. How about muscle pain? You know, sometimes we're working out, sometimes we've overdone something and our muscles ache.
Yeah.
Has any experience in essential oils and muscle pain?
Yeah, I think like the spearmint kind of wintergreen, one of those really like, what's the word I want?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Cold smelling. That's a terrible word, but
they're kind of like sharp.
Yeah, like a sharp, but there's a lot of blends out there that the companies make that are specifically for that I've used. That's great and can help with sore muscles. Again, I like the rollers a lot, and I would roll it on, and then you can like massage it in, and it can really help with some muscle ache.
Yeah, and I know that lemongrass is pretty good, especially for athletes. They will typically use lemongrass quite a bit.
Okay.
On those sore muscles.
So tell me about your experience with menstrual cramps. Have you used essential oils at all for menstrual cramps?
Clergy sage is just so great for it. I mean, you rub it on like the cramp area, and it can work in like 5 minutes. Our CEO actually today used it, and it helped.
Yeah. I would have to say that one is for sure like the go-to. Or sometimes even like if you put lavender on your heat sack, that helps as well.
Lavender where?
So you have to explain what a heat sack is.
I guess I'm too old.
Like a heat sack, something you pop in the microwave and you like put on your
it's filled with rice. It's like a heating pad, but for natural girls.
No, you like place it on your stomach, on where the cramps are, and then if you like put some lavender on that, sometimes that helps as well.
Oh, yes, awesome. Okay, what about headaches? I mean, who doesn't hate headaches?
Have
you had experience with headaches?
That is a peppermint.
Is that peppermint? Hands down? Is what you use?
Peppermint, you kind of put it on like the back of your neck and your... Not too close to the eyes, people. But if you can get it like on your temples.
Even at the temple, the fumes sometimes like make my eyes water. So I go way back here with
way
it.
Back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, if you can put it on the back of like the lower part of your head and along your neck. That'll help a lot.
My friend was rolling those onto her friends at work, giving like all the guys, because they all had headaches. And she told everyone, don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes. She didn't tell one of them. They touched their eyes and he was screaming. They were like under the sink, water, and they were like, I didn't tell you, but you're not supposed to do that. So peppermint is the one that do not touch your eyes because that can burn.
Respect that oil.
Yes.
Peppermint can also be used to, like, if you're too warm, it can have cooling effects. And also, for me, I feel like it gives me a boost of energy because, again, like spearmint and those others, it has like that sharp, sharpness
cooling feeling.
Well, okay, so let me ask you, sometimes we wake up in the morning and we just feel dull. I mean, we've got work to do, we've got study to do, we have reports to write. To try and get your brain kicked into gear, have you ever used anything for that?
Yeah.
What is it that you use?
I'm trying to think because I would say, like, I typically use a blend.
Yeah.
And so is it in here? Oh yeah.
Focus.
It's by doTERRA. It's called Motivate, and this one has peppermint, one of our favorites we seem to be talking about, basil, corridor, and rosemary, and it looks like they've even put in some vanilla bean extract. So if I like really need it, I will even diffuse it in my office because I'm just like I'm not being productive and I need to be productive.
Gotta get that brain kicked into gear.
Yes,
I think
caffeine doesn't do it.
Yeah, I think a big one also is emotional support. With oils is being able to roll oil on or smell oil or diffuse it. That's a blend that's supposed to support emotion. So if you're feeling a lot of emotions, kind of emotional, you can use this oil. Young Living has one called Valor, which is amazing. A beautiful scent. It's almost like a perfume. But it can really help with emotional stability and kind of making you feel calm. And that's something I've struggled with, of just being emotional gal. And so that can kind of ground me when I'm feeling those.
Well, that's it. I would like to pursue that a little bit more because I think we're all right now are dealing with an exceptional level of stress. And we've got COVID-19 is changing our lives. Yeah. And so when you're under stress, and maybe everything from stress to anxiety, which, that's a little bit higher in definition, what is it that you would use for stress and anxiety?
So there's a lot of studies out there that just walking in nature will actually help to decrease the stress and anxiety. As a result, there's a lot of oils out there that are, Douglas fir or cedar, winter fir or Siberian fir. The tree essential oils, I think that those put off a very natural smell that make you, in your mind, you probably believe to a degree that you are in nature, and I think that those have calming effects.
More so than flowers.
More so than flowers. I feel like
I would say so too.
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
trees like woods. Yeah. Like out in the woods. Yeah. And
I think a big one too is blue tansy. I love it. It smells so good. And
is that a tree? What is blue tansy?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up. Okay. It smells so good, and it's a deep blue color. That one actually is really good for our skin too, because the blue counteracts the redness in some skins. And so it's good for the emotional side, and also putting on our face for reducing redness and acne and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, skincare. Yeah. So let's slip into that. So, what is your favorite essential oil for skincare?
Frankincense, copaiba, which those are the best.
Those are the best oils. Those are the kingly oils. Yeah. I would say myrrh and lavender are good ones. I actually burnt myself. I had a nasty burn. I thought I was going to have a blister. Lavender and peppermint, and there was no sign of it to be found. But
how quickly did it take the pain away for you?
The pain went away pretty quickly. I think I was also just concerned because I'll be honest, it was along my stomach. And so I was like, I can't have a straight line along my stomach as a burn mark. Yeah. So it only took maybe 10 days. So, but I mean, I think that there could have possibly been some blistering or a scar there if I hadn't used some of the oils.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think it's fun to make especially putting on our face, making what I call glow serum, using jojoba oil or rosehip oil as that carrier oil, so it's not so potent right on the skin, the face especially. So yeah, I have a frankincense, blue tansy, copaiba, lavender mixture, and I can put that on at night.
Did you put that together? You just kind of, because you read about it, you liked it, you put them together, and it works for you.
Yeah. And I have it in like a dropper, so it doesn't, it's not like this. You can make them like this. I had one, but the other one I have is kind of like a, a dropper.
Yeah,
I put some in
like
my...
one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like it's
the
the little, what's that called? Like a pipette.
Yes.
Where you squeeze it up. I put it into my hand, and then I'll just place it, like push it into my skin.
Really?
At night, especially, because if it's blue, you want to let that seep in and not go to work with a blue face.
Okay, that makes no sense to me, but I'm glad that
Blue tansy has the blue,
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and there's blue spruce.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Yes.
All right, let's switch another. What about bee stings or insect stings? Have you ever used it for anything for the purpose of calming down the stings or the insect bites?
Melaleuca?
Yeah.
I have to go to
Citronella.
Okay.
Well, citronella, am I saying that
I
right?
have no idea.
That one's good to get rid of insects. Like you can have it diffusing, and if you're outside or, my friend made a bug spray with it, and it can keep the mosquitoes away.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's a natural insect repellent.
That might be worth a try. I hate mosquitoes.
I know.
Oh,
Citronella. I feel like I'm saying it right. I don't know.
We'll have to refer to the book later.
Yes.
Okay, and the last question that I have is immunity support, because we're all talking about the best thing you can do for COVID is to keep your immune system healthy.
Yeah.
So what would you use, and what have you used in the past to build your immune system?
I've used a blend that Young Living uses called Thieves. Has cinnamon. I think it has clove in it. A few others, and then I know Taylor really liked frankincense and copaiba for that.
Oh yes,
yeah.
And then doTERRA has a it's the sister to Thieves.
Yeah.
It's called On Guard, and that is, and I would have to pull it out right now, but I think that they're basically like very, very similar. And wild orange, clove, as you said, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus.
Yeah.
But
you look very organized.
Yes, here are my oils.
Her babies.
Yeah, this was over years. This has been years of collection.
Yeah.
This is by no means like something I just picked up.
Yeah.
But yes, all of them do something a little different, and because there's kind of so many of them, I have to like file through like a book or an app or something to figure out, okay, what does this one help with again?
Yeah.
But I know that there are some people that have it like to memory.
Right.
Okay, so one last question is, in your experience, what 4 essential oils would you always have in your first aid kit?
Ooh.
These are like your first aid kit, or just making sure that you always have these on hand. What are your 4 favorite?
Okay, I think I would have to go lavender first. Eucalyptus. Am I taking yours?
No. We'll see.
I think frankincense is just powerful. I love frankincense. And my 4th would probably be, I think, my Thieves blend for the immunity support. Okay. I think that would be my 4.
Yeah. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you have, Taylor?
You heard me earlier. Frankincense and copaiba would be like my go-to for sure. Gosh, yeah, I think lavender is a staple, and I think eucalyptus, absolutely. So yeah, we had some
very similar.
Those would be like my go-to for like a first aid
go-tos.
First aid kit.
Yeah, like you'd panic. Oh my gosh, we don't have these in our house.
I think,
that's not okay.
And I think you can use those in so many different ways.
Okay.
Like eucalyptus can help maybe for headaches, for the muscle sore, some peppermint. I would probably throw peppermint in there too.
Peppermint's a staple.
Yeah,
I've heard peppermint
for the headaches.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I have 5 peppermint?
Have to be 5, not 4. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming and sharing your experience with essential oils.
Thank you, Beth.
And we need to wrap up now because we've our time is done. And I hope you all enjoyed it. This was fun. We wanted this to be fun. We wanted to have some educational pieces to it. And these are our 2 women who have had experience with essential oils, and they just wanted to share with you their experience in it. But again, I want to remind you, we are not endorsing any companies. We are not telling you that these essential oils are any solution to medical issues whatsoever. These are just strictly the experience of these women, and I hope you enjoyed that. So in wrapping this up, I just want to say, if you get a chance and you would like to know more about the 3W Medical, I encourage you to go to the 3W Medical website, which is 3wmedical.org. That's 3wmedical.org. And so when you go there, there's actually, if you go to the top, there is a tab that talks about Wellness Wednesday with 3W. And you can click on there and actually see all kinds of different podcasts that we have. And you might particularly be interested, because of our discussion today, the episodes on vagina. And the vagina care, because we had some specific talks about that. Also, I just want to mention, let's say you're having some kind of irritation with your vagina or anywhere down there, which I hear the nurses saying, oh, it's down there, we're working down there. Please, 3W is here to help you, and they can help you with that. Their exams are free of charge, and so do not hesitate in giving us a call, making an appointment, and coming in. I wanted to ask, is there anything that you two would like to say to wrap it up?
Gosh,
I usually do that, and I totally forgot about it, but I think it's so important. What is the one thing that you would want to leave with the listening audience?
I think do your research, and you will see through that essential oils can be very powerful in supporting our day-to-day life and some kind of hiccups we might run into.
Yeah, and I would say that oils they should not replace necessarily Western medicine. I mean, we have the medicine we have for good reasons, but they can help to supplement some things in your life. They can certainly be a substitute in some ways, but you know, use with care. But also use with caution.
Yeah. Respect those oils.
Respect the oils.
They are powerful.
Stay oily, but respect the oils.
So until next time, stay healthy and be well.